20. Double 16.
36.
Well, you can afford to miss those ones. But 3-0 does look like it's beckoning.
$433. Luke Uruguay 16.
3-0.
Yep.
Second time of asking on that particular visit. And Luke Humphries is playing below par compared to what he has been, but doing more than enough.
Luke Uruguay 146.
He'll be close to evaporating if Humphries takes this out, but he's not going to.
57. Luke Uruguay 148.
Just missing low a lot on that treble 20, which is no good to Luke Woodhouse. That's great work.
16. Luke Uruguay 89.
20 segment. Double 5.
79. Luke Uruguay 32.
Up for double 8. Has to try and thread that through somehow.
16.
It looked difficult from that camera angle we just saw.
Yes, on the fourth
right in the top corner. Close to busting.
Humphries to throw first. Game on.
But Luke Humphries has made it 4-0. Third maximum. It's almost like he needs a proper injury to diminish his performance. If he had a broken arm, he'd be all right.
96. Luke Uruguay 121.
I think he'd still be pretty dangerous if his arm fell off. That might actually work out, you know. Is that a guide?
No,
oh, I thought it might have just helped him find the bullseye. And I think that's part of the reason he went for it. Woodhouse not on a finish, but Humphries it was just too tempting.
And Woodhouse is showing no signs at the minute of putting Humphries under pressure. 9 for double 8. One leg away from another semi-final on the European Tour.
Decent effort to try and get down to 170. But Luke Humphries is owning that 60.
108.
And it looked like he was fading in this game. The middle part of the game, he'd gone off the boil, and you think, well, maybe the injury's catching up with him. The average is now back over 100. The first 9 average, he's improved on his first 2 brilliant performances this weekend. Luke Humphries is an absolute tungsten terminator. You cannot stop him, and Luke Woodhouse could not stop him. It is 100 average. It is another sparkling display. It is a 6-0 win. If anything, Luke Humphries, his victories are getting more and more emphatic as the tournament goes on.
Final with a tournament average record of 108.74. It's been close for other people getting there to that record, but not quite. He still holds the record. He might be about to get himself in front.
Yeah, Luke Humphries a fraction away. Etta does leave the big fish, but you would fancy Price to tidy this up.
65.
Showing great respect to Hetta.
Oh, yeah, because he probably remembers when Damon Hetta laid up with Johnny Clayton on a 161 in Austria. Johnny hit the 161 to win the match. So maybe he's saying, you know what, I am going to respect you. I think you might have hit that 170. Double 6.
19.
Definitely not the same doubles accuracy as before in Sunday's play.
The 3 breaks in a row always looked so tricky. The way that first start landed, it stood up and it blocked a big portion of that double 15.
This is also awkward. And that's why dart players hate odd numbers.
8.
for the reasons you've just seen in the last 2 visits. I did not expect to see a leg like that. But all we're seeing so far are missed opportunities and breaks of throw. Price, Clayton, Michael Smith, Peter Wright, they all know about defending very large sums of money. They know how to do it.
100. Going to require 48.
Double top. Line's good.
8.
Line was brilliant.
116.
The weight of dart, not so.
Well, we've got a conga of sorts going on around the MVM Dome. For another break. Lovely. Brilliant from Damon Heta.
Price is not seeing dome, he's seeing dove. Right now, this will puzzle him. It's a match-winning opportunity for 1/3 of 501 points.
90. They only require 167.
To win in sensational style. No, it's not going to go.
60.
Doesn't really take a big chunk off it. Price to stay alive. Down for treble 16.
52. Damon, you require 107.
This is for his second ton plus finish in this tournament. 88 remain. Double 14.
93.
First match dart. Misses.
40.
The game continues. And that seems to be the celebration whenever the Iceman is in this sort of...
It's a big, big drop this for Price. And it's another example that the Euro Tour, if you want to win one, it's a test of endurance and doing it over multiple games.
You're not going to win a European Tour event by playing 4, 5, 6 games exactly the same way. You're going to have different challenges. And right now the challenge for Damon is to try and get another chance and finally put it away. But the question remains, if the scoring really does click for Price, Damon might not get another chance because he's only averaging 90 and Price has elevated his way to 90. He's only going one way, and that's up.
Double 10 for Gerwyn Price. I wonder if Damon Heta's getting flashbacks now. The celebrations are becoming less sarcastic. They're becoming more meaningful, if you like.
I know how he feels. I've played Price in the quarterfinal on the European Tour 5 years ago. I was in exactly the same position. I was miles in front.
He might have to break in a decider.
At worst, this is a visit to just get him going. What's that?
140.
Well, it's touching the size, so 20 extra points might make a big difference. Or will it?
109.
Possibly not. The one thought going through Damon Heta's mind right now, you've got to be joking.
64.
How? 16 for tops. Gerwyn Price has the darts in a last leg decider to book his place in the semi-finals. Himself to tidy up 197 in 6 darts. Make no mistake.
It's not been a game about 180s. It's not been a game about finishing.
59.
It's been a game about scruffy darts. 2 missed match darts by Damon Heta, and Price taking his chances when they came.
You've got to win 4 games in a day to win a Euro Tour. You might sometimes have to get one bad game out of your system. This has been a bad game for Gerwyn Price's standards. It's been a horrendous end for Damon Heta.
Look what he's done. He's left tops. His doubling over the last 4 legs has been sufficient. Couple of legs where it's been perfect, but he only needs one more.
Good marker. And Gerwyn Price completes a brutal comeback against Damon Heta. 5-1 down, and yet Gerwyn Price Didn't exactly go into overdrive, but he did enough to win the next 5 legs.
To understand. Take a bit longer to construct. Still waiting for our first maximum. Still waiting for this game to catch fire. I thought there was a risk of this, you know, being in your first quarter-final here. There's a bit of a prize money jump as well from here to the final 4, and then you know about the prize money jump when you get to the final and the winner's check. £30,000 if you can reach the end of the rainbow here in Budapest at this incredible MVM Dome, which looks even better at night as it's lit in Hungarian colours.
Bullseye is pinned. Scott Williams makes it 3 consecutive holds of throw as this game just starts to warm up a little.
Just win.
85.
It's a loose start there.
Well, Gerwin Price has let his eyebrows go, hasn't he?
Strong look. This is better from Dedeker. Raise the eyebrows there because he's wondering why he's not been producing those types of visits more regularly.
Still haven't had a maximum in this game.
55. Mike require 157.
Scott's got 8 in the tournament. Mike's got 5. Got 4 of them this afternoon. This might galvanise him. Let's find out. It's another big finish. His 8th of the tournament, and that's the biggest of the lot.
Game on.
Well, Mike Dedeker has finally arrived in this game, and you can see the frustration that it's taken 5 legs to find that.
That release point right. Otherwise, it will come out of the hand too late. There you can see. Just back a centimetre or 2, then flick.
100.
You can see that he's throwing up as opposed to straight away.
Can he find his way through to the treble 20? He so often can. Leaves the bullseye for yet another breaker throw.
105. Scott, you require 148.
Not quite. That would have been a turn up for the books.
94.
He's already been made very, very happy tonight, Scott, because he's a Newcastle
25.
fan. They've won 8-0 today.
Game show.
But now this one's 4-3.
Mike Dedeker.
A lot tighter than that football match in Sheffield.
And then Dirk van Duijvenbode and Danny Noppert, the Dutch World Cup pairing.
Not to mention the fact that Mike Dedeker is Dutch speaking.
The 180s are starting to come for Mike Dedeker. He is still hitting more than half his darts at double for the tournament. He's 3 out of 5 in this game.
Mikey requires 67.
He's finding himself on these smaller numbers a lot more often than Scott is.
Game
That's brilliant.
Mike Dedeker,
But he still needs a break of throw. But he is definitely trending.
In his pocket, the European Championship, the World Grand Prix. It could, well, it's guaranteeing him tens and tens of thousands of pounds.
It could be worth 100,000.
Really could.
83.
Grand Slam spot probably off the back of it as well.
Probably should have said about 125 then. But how valuable was that last dart from Williams? And if you consider, if he didn't hit it, this shot would be a lot harder. And Dedeker's on a 2-darter himself, but it's all up to Scott. Bullseye for the semis.
62.
Match start missed, and Mike Dedeker's maximum keeps his hopes alive. Double 8. Dedeker isn't done just yet. We're going the distance.
Don't you dare tell me that Mike Dedeker is not the real deal. He's got bottle. He's got result.
Tour semi-final.
Do
not bust this.
Don't be surprised if he goes treble 12. I think that's genius. It takes the bus shot out of commission. That is Scott Williams at his counting premium.
Yeah, to hit the single, it would have cost him a dart to get to a double, but better that
Scott, you require 24.
than bust. Dedeker, 6 visits, not even down to a finish. He has handed this to Scott Williams, who wants double 6.
18.
And he's on double 3. How much more nervy can this get?
What can he leave?
45.
Not a great shot.
Scott, you require 6.
Now what does he do? Win is what he does. He's into his first semi-final on the European Tour. He had to do it the hard way. It was a scrappy affair, but now anything's possible. And Luke Woodhouse, in the race for the World Grand Prix, has to wait a little bit longer because 2 games now separate Scott Williams from winning this tournament.
It'll be a quality game. The second outcome, Michael van Gerwen wins it. Then the Lockdown World Championship
81.
came, where Dave Chisnell and Van Gerwen were playing rogue antics, if you like, on the Ali Pali stage. Always remember when Dave Chisnell was 1 dart away from a 9. MVG responded with a 1-4-1 setup shot. That was en route to a 5-0 defeat. This to go 1-0 up, double 16, 108 is pinned. That'll do nicely. 12 darter for MVG. 10 legs in total against Smith, and then he beat Clayton in a last leg decider. A good response this though from Chiz.
Yeah, on a 12 darter of his own, which he may need.
21, though you require 110.
1 treble combo. Gets the treble. Double 18. And gets it. What a start to this game. Made him play astonishing stuff to beat him in a narrow game.
140.
He is the kind of player who, if you do push him, you'll usually get results. That resilience that he's got.
94. They require 145.
Went the 19s route, would have left double 14.
89. Michael, you require 170.
And MVG produced the biggest finish of the lot. No, he can't. And Dave Chisnell could open up a 2-leg gap here. But there is very little margin for error, with Van Gerwen breathing down his neck.
16 for tops. Close to the double. Chisnell has a 2-leg cushion. Brilliantly taken. 14 darter. MVG in a spot of bother now.
60.
Good use of the ball.
It's down to that 145 again. Van Gerwen is down to something much better.
You require 145.
Well, we saw him try and have a pop at this. You go 19s again. He does, and he gets it. Double 14.
117.
It was nearly
Michael,
magnificent.
you require 90.
Oh. Oh, hang on. Another one.
72.
Oh!
Dave, you require
That was a
28.
fruity way to go for 90 with your opponent only on 28.
Well, particularly when doubles have not been going well for you. He nearly pulls out the double-double finish. It should have been easier with a marker dart in there. He didn't get it. Does Chisnell get 14s? Miles away. Sevens rescues him. It's 5-3 Chisnell. Up to get to any kind of finish, and he will not do that. Dave Chisnell will get 6 darts from 164 to beat Michael van Gerwen.
You require 164.
In back-to-back games on the Euro Tour.
Worst possible way to start.
65 scored.
Hanging in by a thread, really.
122.
But what a recovery.
And he'll get 2 match darts at a double of his choosing, and surely it'll be 2 for double top, because he's been so good on double top over the course of today. And all Van Gerwen can do is watch as Dave Chisnell, who beat him in the Netherlands on the Euro Tour back in April, has a chance to beat him again here in Hungary. He's gone next door, it leaves double 19. He will wait, he will compose himself. It's another nervy wait. He's nervous. Is Chiz nervous?
23.
Maybe, because is that the only chance he gets?
Straight at treble 19. And Michael van Gerwen cannot
75.
force a last leg decider. It can be a tricky one to tidy up, 19. That's a good start. 2 darts at double 8. Double 4. And Dave Chisnell, for the first time in 8 years,
won 9 semi-finals, and their hit rates are spectacular. Humphries has played 11 and won 9. He's only lost 2 semi-finals. One of them was to Gerwyn Price in 2021 in this tournament, and the other one was to Michael van Gerwen in the European Darts Trophy in Leverkusen in 2022. Another there. Leaves the ball. And we start with a 170 finish. I think this semi-final promises much, even more now.
I think every single tour card holder will want some of Luke Humphries. In all likelihood, he's coming back. Or is he? Or is he? How many big combinations is Gerwyn Price going to miss on the ball?
That's 3 now, isn't it? And we're only into like 5. Double 4. Going around the houses too much. Is it 2 doubles from 16? It's like 5.
And he's punished again in exactly the same place with a 25 checkout.
Dan, there's more than 30 between them in the first 9. 30 points.
I mean, the scoring is stratospheric from Humphries.
Well, that might have to do. He's himself on 33, which is not the kind of number you see very often for a checkout. So he can pick his route here.
33.
Lots of options. That's the one that most people would choose. And it's a lead for Humphries. He's remained patient after missing so many darts at double. It was broken at the hands of Humphries, and Price broke Damon Hetter's heart.
409.
Who's going to be the heartbreaker in this one?
Well, you can never rule out Gerwyn Price.
32.
5-1 down against Hetter. He roared back. But this will have to be a special comeback from Gerwyn Price, because Luke Humphries is 1 leg away from reaching another European Tour final.
Hetter was playing around that 91-92 average level, whereas Humphries is a good 10 points better than that.
434.
It's good, but it might not be good enough. How good is this leg? How good is that? 54 after 9. When Price is trying to charge, it doesn't really matter what he does. It's all about what Humphries does next.
It's pretty good from Price, but the price might not be right. 14 for tops. Luke Humphries with another phenomenal display in the Hungarian Darts Trophy, and all Gerwyn Price can do is put his darts down and shake the hand of Humphries.
Start with a break of throw, not to the same tune of the start of the first semi-final where we had a 170 checkout. But it would be fitting if it was a Chisnell-Humphries final, because it would have a very familiar feel.
Do you know what? Dave Chisnell, so good has he been all year, and so well is he playing at the minute, that he's managed to get through to a semi-final on the European Tour with a 6-2 and a 6-1 win, and then beating Michael van Gerwen, and we still haven't seen him score anything like he can. 7 180s isn't bad, but from 3 games for Chiz, it's not that big a haul. It's back. The 180 hitting machine, Dave Chisnall, has gone back-to-back at the start of leg 2 in this semi-final, and he's threatening a 9-darter.
I'm starting to get memories of Belgium last year, when he hit a 9 en route to winning the title.
Got 2 Euro Tour 9-darters. Could he make it 3? Double 12 says he can! Oh, Dave Chisnall! A whisker away for a hat-trick of perfect legs on the European Tour.
And that would have been the first in Hungary. We got the first in Czechia from Price 4 years ago. He was a matter of 2 millimeters away from creating a little bit of history in Budapest. That is automatically forgotten now as he goes for double 6 and a 2-0 lead.
Game shot, second leg.
Brilliant. Great leg of darts. But he's left the crowd wanting for more. Look how close it was.
Agonising for Dave Chisnall. Last man to hit a 9-darter on the Euro Tour. That was in Belgium. On his way to the title, of course.
Looks likely.
136.
It's perfect, and that 1-2-3 is not as easy as it might sound. Treble 18. Too tricky for Shaggy.
55.
So double top
David required
for a 3-1 lead.
It's amazing how many players stand just outside the exclusion zone. Dave stands outside of the exclusion zone in another postcode. It's almost like he has the biggest walk-up of any dart player on Planet Darts. But he likes his own space up there. This is known as the baby fish. I've seen some cards out in the crowd here today illustrating a big fish, and we've seen a big fish in the previous game. We're not going to get the smaller relative here in this visit.
$94.
This is no gimme for Scott Williams,
Scott,
though.
you require 68.
It's got easier now.
Game shot,
And that's a great last dart from Scott Williams, who is hanging on in there.
I'll tell you one thing, Dan, he had his heart in his mouth with the second dart there. That's got to be big. So good.
36.
You continue to do this on your own throw, and you're saying to your opponent, you're not going to break me.
Oh, this is the best display statistically
57.
we've seen from Chiz so far this
David
weekend.
require 48.
It is going to take some drop-off for Scott Williams to be allowed back into this, by the looks of it. Is there any sign of it from Chizzy? No, there is not. It's a 12-dart leg. Dave Chisnall is 2 up and 2 away from another appearance in a final on the European Tour and a meeting between the top 2 on the European circuit this year. He's doubled his tally for the tournament in terms of 180s in this match. He's gone from 5 to 10 for the weekend. Sets up a 2-darter. Oh. .109 is what he wanted.
89.
It's a scoreboard error. Means that 1 dart at tops is missed by Chizzy. Oh, 3 tops. Behave yourself, Scott Williams. Oh,
that was very him.
20.
Move over Jose, he was trying to say. It didn't quite happen. Slight pause in play here. Chizzy just composing himself to be within 1 of the final.
Game shot
right in the heart.
Dave Chisnall. 10th leg, Dave to throw first.
well, Scott Williams attempting in Tour right now in terms of money won this year. It's treble 17. To leave tops for the match.
90.
Not just yet.
Scott, you require 40.
4 straight legs needed.
Game shot.
Make that 3. He's not going anywhere.
Scott to throw first.
And at least in this Final Four game, he's going to have some fun. You can just tell.
We'll deal with that in a moment, should we need to. Do we need to? Need to treble. Well, he went double-double. And it was a bit of a tame effort. Now, Scott Williams, when he thought the game was beyond him, went 3 tops. Does he do it again?
Not this time. It's 1 double top. And the dart was in the way. 1 shot separated him from a level game in the semi-finals. And now Chizzy is sitting on his favourite double to be in another final on the European Tour, to have another match with Humphries for another title.
Double 9. And Dave Chisnell. It's all gone horribly wrong. Scott Williams can level this match. He'll have the darts in a deciding leg. But he has to hit the double. And he's made the same error.
18.
Sometimes these players can make darts look easy. Under this kind of pressure, darts is hard. And Chisnell threw away his previous shot and it went out the board. Now he's got to burn a dart just to have 2 opportunities to get into the final.
Oh, Dave.
Well, go 5.
It's a good guide.
Go 5, double 1. It's a better shot, Dave. Think about it. Don't call him Professor Chisnell for nothing. That's really smart.
The power of science! Dave Chisnell manages to get over the line. Double 1, single 5, double 1 to win it after Scott Williams missed 3 darts to take it.
His effort to his legacy. One thing we have on the line in this final, Dan, whoever wins it goes to 4th on the all-time list of the European Tour. Michael Smith has 6 titles. These have both got 5.
140, 170.
Well, he started his semi-final with a 170. Oh, you're not going to do it again.
Good.
Of course you're going to do it again. Speechless.
Dan McCarthy.
Genuinely speechless.
My word. That is one of the tidiest 170s you'll ever see. No deflections. Left portion of the 60, right portion of the 60, and the bullseyes hit right in the middle. That's one of the best bullseyes I've ever seen.
If the boot had been on the other foot, I think we know exactly what would have happened. Or what Luke Humphries would have tried to do.
64.
To get his first leg.
24 scored.
24 means tops is the target, and Chisnell does get his first leg.
What leg is Luke to throw first? Game.
As far as starts are concerned in finals, this isn't bad. 12 darter, then 2 14s.
This Euro Tour titan that is Luke Humphries.
Look at that inviting angle.
100.
He just gets them in at so many different angles. It always reminds me of that eternal line of the great Sid Waddell when he was talking about Dennis Priestley.
41. They require 81.
He's getting darts in the treble 20 with more angles than a hypotenuse ever dreamed of. For a 12 darter. And now back within 1. They're jousting at the minute.
Yeah, there's so much that rides on this game. If Humphries wins, he goes up to number 5 in the world.
180.
Dave Chisnell could be 4-2 down, averaging 112. Bullseye.
65.
Casts a shadow over it.
They require 81.
Well, that bullseye to Humphries right now will look like a canyon, but he couldn't quite find it then. Chisnell to break in potentially 11 darts. Double 12. Get the popcorn out. Get the popcorn out because we have got a hell of a final on our hands.
6 legs deep. This is outstanding. The worst leg of the match is 15 darts, and there's only been one of them. Want to be the first to get to within one. That magical 7 where you think, right, now I can get that 12 and get it done.
They did 146.
They want to add their name to that roster of Price and Cullen to be a Hungarian Darts Trophy champion. Another.
Double 16. Good. Silly. This game's silly now. It's only Dave's second ton plus checkout of the entire tournament. Not going to go. But he is going to tee it up really nicely. And now 81 has to go.
This is so big. Break of throw for Bull.
Good.
Another Bull finish for Kulan Luke. What a great game of darts. And we are being treated to some brilliance from 2 of the best in the world. And I'm so glad it's best of 15. Because there's more to come.
We've had well in excess now over 100 European tours. The 100th came in Riesa earlier this year. If this isn't in the top 10, maybe even the top 5, then I want to watch all of them back to back.
This is fast approaching one of the best finals I've ever witnessed. The 2 that I've seen that were the best, Taylor won in Vienna, like I said, in 2016, but the year after that it was Van Gerwen against someone else, but it's a 9-dart attempt!
It's gone! Luke Humphries has struck perfection! One of the most astonishing finals we have ever seen on the European Tour. Might only have one more leg in it. All we've got to do is sit here and applaud and laud the brilliance of Luke Humphries. Have you heard he might have a back problem?
Game on.
Back problem, schmack problem. This game isn't even over yet, and it's the best European Tour final I've witnessed. And that's saying something. 201. No. Maximum number 11 in the game.
$59. Davy require 106.
To send it to a last leg decider with the darts. Treble 18 leaves double 16.
74.
Another chance to win it.
42.
That 60 has been elusive in this penultimate leg,
90.
potentially.
Davy require 32.
Chisnell with 3 in hand will take a breath. I think we all need one. It could come down to one leg between the 2 heavyweights on the European Tour in 2023. And it does. Chisnell will have the darts. He will start as favourite. Can 9-dart Coolhand get the title, or will it be number 3 for the year? Chisnell has got space to breathe and space to run.
Luke Humphries' average is now a smidgen under a ton. He is coming up dry at the wrong moment.
Needs a 140. Gets it right in the corner. Still needs a Chisnell error.
90.
But the last dart treble again for Chisnell gives him a very makeable shot. Humphries must get to a finish. He desperately wanted to get to 101.
David require 117.
But at least he's already hit a 141 in this game.
Chisnell looking for a second ton plus finish of the match.
$93. Luke require 141.
Right then, for another one. treble 19. Double 12. Oh, he's missed. He's dragged it.
Snatched it. That's what he said to himself. Chisnell now goes for the double that Humphries has just missed in what can only be described as the best European Tour final in the history of this tour since the start of it in 2012. Maybe with the exception of the Anderson Van Gerwen game.
Double 12.
Game
Dave Chisnell gets his Euro Tour hat-trick in 2023. One of the greatest finals we have ever seen on the European Tour. Had a pretty special, a pretty tense ending. Luke Humphries more than played his part, hitting a perfect leg in leg 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please firstly show your appreciation for our runner-up as he picks up £12,000 of prize money. And that goes to Cool Hand Luke Humphries. And our winner, who picks up £30,000 of prize money, his 6th European Tour title, as we crown him for the first time, the 2023 Hungarian Darts Trophy champion, Chizzy Dave Chisnell.